All right, family, welcome. We're back again. I just wanted to get on here to help everybody out. I got a lot of friends that like to ask me for help putting in their claims and their VA claims. A lot of people might have slipped through the cracks because I know when I first got out back in 2017, they had did a system change, which I believe everybody's on the va.gov website now. And a little bit after that, of course, the coronavirus thing happened, so everybody, there's a lot of people that fell through the cracks. So it's been a hassle for people to get their claims in. So I'm here to show you an easier way, of what I found in my experience. I'm not a lawyer or anything like that. I'm not any type of legal entity. I'm just sharing my experience, my knowledge with you on putting the claims in and how do you can make the process a lot easier. All right, so what I will do is share my screen right here. All right, so right now I'm already logged in. For the people that don't know, when you go to the eBenefits website, you click login. You go to login right here. You gotta scroll down. You click this little check thing. You read this. You click the little check box. You hit close, and then you log in. For the people that don't have that, I suggest you do that. You can call HRC. If you don't have the premium, login account, once you get your initial account set up, you will have to go to an actual, like a VA hospital, and go to the library. All right, take notes. If y'all need to do that, go to the library. If you don't have a premium account, the reason why this helps is once you start getting your appointments and everything like that, you can log into the system with no issues. You would need a premium account to do that on a My Healthy Vet website and things of that nature. All right. So, like I said, once you log in, if you can see my screen, it'll show you right here. It'll take you to this spot. If not, you can always click dashboard in the top right, and it'll bring you right here. Okay. So, the first thing you want to do to put in your claim, you want to go to apply right here in this little tab, and then you want to click on compensation. All right. Like I said, the VA Gov website, e-benefits is linked together. So, it's going to take you to the VA Gov website. I'm just a little old school, so I'm going to show y'all both. So you click on disability compensation. Give it a little second. All right. And it'll pop up. You got your disability claim benefits. You can file a disability claim on va.gov. Right. So va.gov is pretty much a new site. Y'all could go straight there. All right. So you click on it to take you there. Okay. So it's authenticating me. Like I said, if you logged in on eBenefits, it'll go there already. So I'm gonna kind of walk you guys through putting your claims in. I hope y'all have your pen and pad ready, because there's a lot of things. As you see, I already got an application that I kind of was putting up, but I'm gonna start a new one just to show everybody the steps. Okay, so you put new file a new claim. You scroll down because it's probably gonna take you to the beginning up here. So you want to scroll down. So where you see, can I file my claim online? You put let's get started. Right? Are you active duty? No, I'm not. I got out. I'm a veteran at this point. Are you filing a new claim or disagreeing with a VA decision on an earlier claim? Right? You want to put I'm filing for a new claim. File a disability claim online. You click on that, and it's going to take you here. So pretty much all the information you need is going to be on this website, right? You can read through all this information. It's information for you. It tells you the process, right? How you prepare it, your ratings, how the ratings go, apply the review decision. Okay. And you click on start disability compensation application. Okay. Your military service, like for me, I'm gonna use myself as an example. I don't mind sharing this. I served between 2008, 2017. You put your times in service. So for people that may have went from active to reserve, you might have two service periods. For people that have, might have switched between branches, you might have more military service history. And then you click on continue. They ask you if you was in a combat zone. For me, I would say yes. And then they would ask you, please tell us what type of disability claim you're filing. So you always want to file for a new condition, right? Unless, and like I said, this is just off of my experience. I'm not a legal entity or anything like that. I'm not a VA specialist or nothing like that. So from here, they're gonna ask you if you're filing a claim, right? I usually tell people you want to file for a new condition. You know, they usually have one or more rated conditions that have gotten worse. You can do that. But the only time I like to tell people to use that one is, for instance, if you have a disability that was rated 0%, right? Those are the ones you want to try to raise, because it's at 0%. It can't go anywhere. A lot of people have went to the VA and they try to raise a disability, actually get their disability dropped. So we want to avoid that. Excuse me. So you want to click on a new condition. You go to continue. Okay, so here is where you will put in whatever your condition is. So for instance, a big one that most people have and don't even know about it is sleep apnea, right? So you would type, I'm gonna use this just as an example, sleep, and when you type it in, it'll pop up. You could click it from the drop down, right? Or just to give y'all a little tidbit, I hope y'all got your pens and paper out. For instance, let's say I have a back problem, right? You could type in back and it'll say back injury, back sprain, or whatever. So for the example, I'm gonna use back injury, right? You click save. And if you want to add another condition, you can. Remember that you can claim anything. You can make as many claims as you want, right? It don't necessarily mean that you will get that claim, but you can claim, you can make a and put a claim in any time in your life, right? This is how the VA works. Whatever branch you come from, the VA is a different entity. Okay, so you can put a claim in anytime you want. It's not as if, like, for me, if I'm in the army, I was in the army, it's not like, okay, if the army didn't give me this, now I can't claim it. No, it's a separate entity. So whatever the military or the army might not have given you, you might be able to get from the VA, right? Because it's still service connected. It's just not recognized by the army, if that makes any sense. Okay, so let's say you got a back injury. All right, you want to go to continue. Right now, we're going to ask some follow-up questions about each of your disabilities. We'll go through them one by one. You go to continue. Okay, so what caused this service-connected disability? They have a bunch of options here, right? I'm gonna start from the bottom and go up. My disability was caused by an injury or event that happened when I was receiving VA care. You click that if it applies to you, right? All of these things you want to click if they apply to you. You can only pick one. My disability or condition existed before I served in the military, but it got worse because of my military service. If that applies, again, you would want to click on that one. My disability was caused by another service-connected disability I already have. For example, I have a limp that caused lower back problems. If that applies, you click that one. My disability was caused by an injury or exposure during my military service. So, family, let me break this down to y'all. This is where I see a lot of people mess up, right? A lot of people claims get denied because of what they choose in this instance alone, right? A lot of times we pick the second option. My disability was caused by another service-connected disability I already have. So for instance, I would say you would want to put that option if, only if you're trying to put in a secondary claim to something already. You understand? If you have a back problem, you want to put a secondary claim to that back problem. That's the way you would choose it. But I always recommend for somebody to put in a new claim from the beginning, right? My disability was caused by an injury or exposure during my military service. Because at the end of the day, that's what it is, right? You was in the military, whatever happened, it happened. Even though you might have sucked it up and drive on like they tell us all the time, listen, you still have this issue, right? And this issue branched off from you being in the military. You understand? So I would recommend clicking the first option. But again, like I said, whatever one applies to you is the one you want to pick. All right. So now, please briefly describe the injury or exposure that caused your condition. For example, I operated loud machinery while in the service, and this caused me to lose my hearing, right? This is the example they give to you. Now, in these boxes, you can put as much as you want, up to 400 characters. You know, when I put my claims in, it wasn't so lengthy, but everybody's situation is different, right? So the only thing I want to give to you guys when it comes to this, you want to, when you put your claims in, I want you guys to understand that a lot of your issues stems from something else. For instance, I have flat feet. I never had flat feet until I joined the military, right? I didn't lose my arches until my first deployment. Now remember, everybody had jokes would say it was my Achilles tendon and stuff like that, but in actuality, it was when I lost my arches, right? Um, so if I would pick, that I had got my flat feet during the military, that was the first issue I've had. And I put my disability was caused by an injury. So when they asked me, why is my injury? For instance, I have a back, I'm putting back injury on here. But let's say I had another one, right? If I had flat feet, and that's, let's say the military, let's just say, for example's sake, the military gave me 30% for having flat feet, right? I'm just making this up, but this all applies. I want y'all to understand what the point I'm trying to drive home. If I was in the military and I had flat feet and that caused an issue to me, now I have knee problems, right? So when you come here and you put my disability was caused by an injury or exposure to a military service, when you come in here, you want to word it so that they understand where is it stemming from. Yes, it's a brand new claim because this is a new issue, right? When you're trying to bundle everything together, this is not progressive, right? We're not trying to get a bundle. We're not bundling everything. This is a brand new claim. You want a brand new percentage, right? Because of whatever your issue is. So, like I said, if I have flat feet, now I have knee problems or shin problems. When they ask me, please briefly describe the injury or exposure, I'm going to use that, right? If I want, and that's why I say it's good to have your e-benefits up. So if you go to e-benefits, like I'm going to show you guys here, and I go back to my dashboard, right? And this is just you putting in your own claim. Like I said, this is all from my own experience. If you was to go here to your disabilities, I'm going to pick one, right? For instance, as you see right here, bilateral, I can't even pronounce that word, right? But it's 10%, right? So wherever that is, right? If you got to Google it, do that. Google is your friend. You're putting in your own claim, right? You're not a doctor. They don't expect you to know everything that's going on, and that's fine. Okay, so right knee strain. I'm gonna use right knee strain as an example. So if I was to use my right knee strain, right? I have a right knee strain, right? That's why I'm picking back injury. When I go to type that in, if you have to, you copy and paste. Let me move this out the way. Copy and paste, right knee strain, right? And this is what's happening. Whether you believe it or not, people overcompensate for their injuries, right? Before I tore my ACL and messed up my left knee, my right knee used to be the bad one. So guess what happens? When your right knee is a bad one, you might lean to the left side a little bit more. You understand? So that would put more of the weight on your left side, right? You overcompensate. Now, guess what happens? You messed that one up. So now the bad one is your bad knee, which is the right knee, is actually the good one. You understand what I'm saying? So when you go to put these words in here, you can copy and paste, and you want to use Google to help you if you don't understand the terms, and you would type, since having, for instance, what I said, right knee strain, uh, since my right knee strain, right? Or you could copy and paste since my, and then you just copy and paste right knee strain. I've been having back injury, right? My back injury, my back has been injured. Me walking on my knee, I've been overcompensating, whatever you put in the case, whatever the case may be, that's how you want to word it, right? A lot of people have hard times explaining how it was service connected. Well, this is the reality of it. You understand? The reality of it is, since you have flat feet, now your knees hurt, now your shins hurt, you got shin splints, right? So everything adds up. So if I was to put that in there, right knee strain caused me to have back problems. This is just an example. Whatever your issue may be that applies to you, this is what you want to put. But this is just an example I'm using. All right. So boom, after you put that, you put continue, right? They're going to ask you questions. Well, you're prisoner of war. If that applies, you click it. Additional benefits, right? Would you like to learn more about your additional benefits? It's up to you, right? They break down. I want y'all to read through this, and whether it applies to you or not, you click it. For me, I'm gonna click no, because it's just an example. Then they give you a summary of the disabilities that you all claim. You can do as many as you want, claim as many as you want, right? If you have, like I said, a lot of times, like when I had my shoulder injury or whatever, I had extra problems that was attached to that, right? My back, whether your back might be hurting, somebody might have hip problems now because of their back issue, right? Everything is connected. When people say, is a service connected? Yes, that's what they mean by that, right? How is it connected to whatever injury you may have already? You understand? So that's how those things work. Everything is connected, especially if you have a back problem, a foot problem, or shaving profile, whatever the case may be. So that's kind of how you want to word those things, because that's pretty much what it is, right? This is exactly what they're actually looking for, because a lot of y'all things are service connected and y'all don't realize. So you click on continue. They're going to ask you about supporting evidence. The advice I have for you on supporting evidence, once you put in this claim, right, when they're going to call you, this is why putting your claim in online is the best option, right? As opposed to going to somebody, and sometimes your paperwork get lost or they take a long time. What I found that this makes everything a lot easier, because you're putting your claim in, they can get to you right away. They give you a phone call. They say, hey, listen, we want to set up an appointment so you can come in and get checked out for the claim that you made. When it's a good time, you go in. What you want to remember, write this down. After you go to that appointment, ask them on the spot for a copy of your results. You understand? Now, I understand if they do, blood testing or something like that, it might take a while. I got that part. You might have to go online to My Healthy Vet to get it. But if you did something where they did like an x-ray or something, and you can get a hard copy right then and there, you want to ask them for a copy of those results. The reason being is, right after you come from that appointment, you can go to a printer or whatever and scan it and send it and upload it yourself. This helps your claim process, right? This speeds the process up, because now you don't have to wait for the hospital to do it and whatever procedures they have to do and somebody sitting on it. You have your own evidence and you upload it here. Okay, so you put continue, right? They're going to ask you, is there any evidence you'd like us to review as part of your claim? At the time, you don't have it, so you would say no. Or if you have everything that's on your VA medical records, you can click that, private medical records, whatever applies to you. But you can say no. You can always come back to your claim, right? You listen to this. You can always come back to the website, to your claim that you have in already, and upload supporting evidence. Okay, so for this, I'm gonna click no because I don't have anything right now. Then they'll give you a summary, right, of your evidence. You haven't uploaded any evidence. This may delay us processing your claim, right? As I just told you. You would click continue. You might receive a phone call from an unfamiliar number to schedule your exam. As I told you before, they're going to call you. This is why the process is easier, right? Because you don't have to go into a building. You could do it from your home and you could set up whatever you have. All right. You click continue and that'll be the end of it. So, I hope this helps everybody when it comes to putting your claims in. Like I said, watch this video as many times as you have to. Send this video out to your friends, your family that may need help putting their claims in, right? And another thing I want to tell you guys, let me sign out here. Another thing I want to tell you guys is when it comes to putting in your claims or making any type of claims, you want to look at everything, right? There's times you might have things that you don't know you have. There was plenty of times I have received medication and I might have been having problems, but I don't know what this stuff is. I'm not a doctor. So if you have to, Google those medications they give you. Look up those side effects. Hey, what's the side effect to this medication? Because I might have it, right? What's the side effect to this medication? Because I might have had that issue, right? So look up those side effects. And if that's a side effect, hey, listen, you make a claim. Yes, I've been taking this and I have this side effect now. That is a claim that you can put. And a lot of us don't know that. A lot of us don't understand that, hey, you have this issue and you can claim that, right? There was a lot of things. They told me I had optic nerve cupping. I was like, the hell is that, right? So they're like, hey, it's early signs of glaucoma. I'm like, oh, I don't know, right? So at the end of the day, you want to understand and look and do your own research, right? If you got to Google something, fine, Google it. We Google everything else, family. Google that. Hey, what is this? What is the name of this? This, okay, they diagnosed me with this. Okay, so what is that? Right? All right, I look it up. I know that this equals to this, and I'm going to put that in there. Excuse me 1 second. So I'm going to put that in there. So that's pretty much how you want to develop your claims. Like I said, a lot of people get hung up on the wording and how to type it up. Make it simple. Copy and paste, right? Everything in your body is connected. Everything is connected. If you got a back problem, chances are you probably got a knee problem or a flat feet problem or neck problem. Everything in your body is connected. So if you're having those type of problems, or if you've had it one time and maybe not this time, you still can claim that, right? And it's your job to let the doctors tell you no. You understand? Right? Sometimes you'll have an issue and it might be gone. I remember one time it scared the death out of me. My whole left side went numb. My whole left arm went numb. I couldn't move it. I could not move my whole left arm. I'm rushing to the hospital, put my uniform. I was still in the military at this time. Put my uniform on, one arm, driving with one arm to the hospital. And when I got there, it came back. You still can claim that, right? It is you. We a lot of times we just suck it up. Hey, I'm good now. I don't even want to go sit in the hospital all this time. They're gonna have me here for a couple hours, right? But you have to understand that this is an issue that has happened to you, and you can claim that whether it's gone or not, or it might have just been that one time. You never know. It can be an issue down the line. So whatever issues you may have had that you might think is just one time, listen, go back, put that on there. Let the doctors do what they do. Let them check what's going on with you, right? Because you don't know. You're not the expert. So you let them check what's going on with you. So I hope this helps y'all. Peace, family. I love y'all. If y'all got any questions, I'm gonna have I have the page. I have my Facebook page. I could just follow, and there's a bunch of people on there. I'm trying to build it up to where there's a lot of veterans on there, and we could kind of get a lot of help on there when it comes to putting in claims or anything like that. Yeah, have a good one.